Chayenu Yairech Yameinu Vahem Negen Yaimam Alayla Ihem Chayenu Yairech Yameinu Vahem Negen Yaimam Alayla Ihem Chayenu Yairech Yameinu Hem Negen Yaimam Alayla Hem Chayenu Yairech Yameinu Hem Negen Yaimam Alayla Yavascha Hayayim Al tasir mimenu liyaylamin mimenu liyaylamin Yavas al tasir mimenu liyaylamin Ahoy Yavas Ayay Yavas Al tasir mimenu liyaylamin mimenu liyaylamin Yavas al tasir mimenu liyaylamin.
Are you unemployed? Are you not employed? It's going to be with the price at the bottom of the explain. With our price, you can't allow it. Without a price, that's where the price is.
Bereshus Meranon v'Rabbanon v'Rabboisai Rabbanim Admoirim v'Rosh Yeshiva. At this time, I would like to take the opportunity to wish Kol HaKol HaKodesh Hazeh Mazel Tov on the Siyum Shas. A few months ago, when Rabbi Yossi first started soliciting Loimdim to learn the Daf, Shas for Shidduchim, he was met with resistance. The Olam looked at Rabbi Yossi and said, Rabbi Yossi, it's midwinter vacation. What do you expect? You think we're going to be here? Mefur Tavek. And Rabbi Yossi so eloquently, Derech Musar, his response would be, don't let the Yetzer Hara kriech around in you. Take a daf. Yes, we are here because we took the daf. We are here that we answered the call of Shas for Shidduchim, and we're going to be making the Siyum Shas right now. It is tremendous kavod to call up Kvoid Harav, Reb Yeshua Eichenstein, the Rav of Kahala Teres Yeshua, to be Messiah and make the Siyum Shas, and we will call up Reb Avi Banker to join him to say the Kaddish on the Siyum Shas. Yashikayach.
Funny the Bailey, yo. Kol Hashana halachas b'chol yom. Jeden der was lernt halachas b'chol yom, muftach lo shu ben olam haba. Shenemar halichos olam loy, al tikei halichos ela halachos. Han halach tinoikes slikolam mesachas nida. Han halach mesachas nida. Adnalok Taiknalok Mesechas Nid, Dainalom, Volstashminok Mesechas Nid, Volstashminon, Hama Hotain Lambama Dosi. You had some of an Akadino Elo Hainu, they have a saint. She to hate to us from the Saint Boilamazeh, who Taimon Olamabo, Hanine Bar Popa, Romi Bar Popa, Nachman Bar Popa, Achia Bar Popa, Abam Bar Mar Bar Popa, Rafan Bar Popa, Rochish Bar Popa, Sucher Bar Popa, Ade Bar Popa, Dobru Bapopa. Have no Adonai Eloheinu. As Divei Soscha Befinu. Befinu Mafias Amcha Beis Yisrael. Inei Anach Klono Anachnu B'Tzetzin Tzei Amcha Beis Yisrael. Klono Yoi Deit V'Velem Deit Torah Secha Lishmo. Me'oi V'Tachmenu. Mimisei Secha Kiloilam Hili. Hili Bi Somim B'Chukecha. L'man Lo Evosh. Lo Elam Voed. Lo Eshkach B'Chukecha. Kivom Hori Soni Porach Hatorinoi. Lamdeinu Chukecha. Amen. Amen. V'Sela. Voed. Moedim Anachnu L'Fanech. Adonai Eloheinu. Le'eva Senu Shetei. Samtach al Kenim Beis HaMedrash. V'lo Samtach al Kenim Yoshvei Kronis. Sho'onu Amelim. Sho'onu Mashkimim. V'hem Mashkimim. Onu Mashkimim L'Divei Teira. V'hem Mashkimim L'Divei Betelim. Onu Amelim. V'hem Amelim. Onu Amelim L'Kablim Sochor. V'hem Amelim. V'enem L'Kablim Sochor. Onu Rotzim L'Ber. Onu Rotzim. V'hem Rotzim. Onu Rotzim L'Chayim Mabo. V'hem Rotzim L'Ber Shachas. Shnemer Vato Elohim. Toridem L'Ber Shachas. Anshe Domim Umim Lo Yechsu Yimeim. V'ani Yeftach Boch. Yrotzon M'Fonech Adonai Elohai. Kishem Shozan L'Sayim M'Seches Nida. V'kein Tazin L'Haschem M'Sechtes L'Svoim Macherim. L'Sayim L'Lim L'Lamet. Lishma V'Lasu L'Kaim. Es Kol Divrei Talmud Tersecha B'Yava. Schus Kol HaTanoim V'Amoroim. Utalmidei Chachomim Yamod Li Ulezari Shlo Tomish HaTorah Mipi U'Mipi Zari V'Zer Zari Ad Oilam V'Skayim Bi B'Shalechecho Tamchem Osoch V'Shokbechov Tishmor Olecho V'Kitzose Hi Tasichecho Kivi Yirbu Yomech V'Yosiv L'Choshnos Chaim Orch Yomim B'Yamina B'Smoilo Oishe V'Choved Adonai Oiz L'Amalitin Adonai V'Chesame B'Sholem.
Yiskadal v'yiskadash shemei Rabbah Yoma diyosil izchadato l'choye Messiah L'soki yasoy l'chaye olma L'vnei karto di Yerushalayim l'shachlolu heichaloi b'gavei L'merkal pulchanon l'chra minara L'savo pulchanon di Shmael l'asrei Yam l'kutra brichu b'malchusei v'karei Yasmach purkanei v'karei Mashichei Chaye chaynu v'yoymei chaynu v'chaye d'chol beis Yisrael Bagolov is man korev emru amen. Yehei shebei rabba bevarach lo'olam lo'omei ol maya. Yisbarach v'yishtabach v'yispa'ar v'yisroimam v'yisnasei v'yisador v'yisalev v'yisalol shmei dekutsha brichu le'ela min kol brichasa v'shirasa tush b'chasa v'decha basa damiram b'yoma v'imru amen. Al Yisrael val Rabbanon val Talmideyoin val kol Talmidei Talmideyoin val kol Mondos Kim Bay Raisa di Bas Radeim di v'chol Asar Vasar Yehei Lahoin Ulchoin Shlom Rabba Chino v'chizda v'rach bin v'chayin arichin im zoyne revichei u'perkodem mekodem avoin di b'shmaya v'yarov v'imru amen Yehei Shlom Rabba min shmaya v'chayim toivim aleinu val kol Yisrael v'imru amen Oiseh shalom b'mroimav hu yaseh shalom aleinu v'al kol Yisrael v'imru amen.
Mazel tov, Simen tov, Yehilanu l'chol Yisrael. Simen tov, Mazel tov, Simen tov, Yehilanu l'chol Yisrael. Simen tov, Mazel tov, Simen tov, Yehilanu l'chol Yisrael. Simen tov, Mazel tov, Simen tov, Yehilanu l'chol Yisrael. Semen Taivo Mazel Taivo Semen Tai Yehilano L'Chol Yisrael Semen Taivo Mazel Taivo Semen Tai Yehilano L'Chol Yisrael Semen Taivo Mazel Taivo Semen Tai Yehilano L'Chol Yisrael Semen Taivo Mazel Taivo Semen Tai Yehilano L'Chol Yisrael Na 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 na. Oy 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 na 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 na. Ashreichem, Talmidei Chachamim. Ashreichem, Talmidei Chachamim. Shedivrei Torah Chavivim Aleichem B'Yosef. Shedivrei Torah Chavivim Aleichem B'Yosef. Ay, 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 mo, happy. Sayrasecho. Sayrasecha kol hayoim Hisichosi ay 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 ma happy Sayrasecha kol hayoim Hisichosi ay ay Ashreichem Talmidei Chachamim Shedivrei Torah Chavivim Aleichem. Ay 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 Ashreichem Talmidei Chachamim Shedivrei Torah Chavivim Aleichem. Sayrasecha kol hayoim Hisichosi ay 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 ma happy Sayrasecha kol hayoim Hisichosi ay 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 Ashreichem Talmidei Chachamim Shedivrei Torah Chavivim Aleichem. Ay 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 Ashreichem Talmidei Chachamim Shedivrei Torah Chavivim Aleichem. Ashrechem, 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 Talmidei Chachamim. Ashrechem, 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 Talmidei Chachamim. Shedivrei Torah Chavivim, Aleichem v'yoiseh. Shedivrei Torah Chavivim, Aleichem v'yoiseh. Ay, 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 mo, 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 ohati. Zaira secho, Zaira secho, kol ayay, hisecho, ay, 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 mo, 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 hati. Zaira secho, kol ayay, hisecho, ay, 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 ashrechem, talmidei chachamim, shedivrei Torah chavivim. Ay, 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 ashrechem, talmidei chachamim, shedivrei Torah chavivim aleichem. Ashrechu sheganu b'Torah, v'yamaloi b'Torah. 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 Yoiseh nachas ruach, yoiseh nachas ruach, nachas ruach. Yoiseh nachas ruach, yoiseh nachas ruach, nachas ruach. Ashrei, ashrei mi, shegadol b'Torah, v'yamaloi, v'yamaloi b'Torah. Ashrei, ashrei mi, shegadol b'Torah, v'yamaloi, v'yamaloi b'Torah. Yoiseh nachas ruach, yoiseh nachas ruach, nachas ruach. Yoiseh nachas ruach, yoiseh nachas ruach, nachas ruach. Shegadol b'Torah, v'yamaloi, v'yamaloi b'Torah. Ashrei, ashrei mi, shegadol b'Torah, v'yamaloi, v'yamaloi b'Torah. Yoiseh nachas ruach, yoiseh nachas ruach, nachas ruach. Yoiseh nachas ruach, yoiseh nachas ruach, nachas ruach. Yazavunu rachmecha, v'lo yazavunu chasadecha, v'lo yazavunu chasadecha, Hashem Elokeinu. Yazavunu rachmecha, v'lo yazavunu chasadecha, v'lo yazavunu chasadecha, Hashem Elokeinu. v'yal ticheinu Hashem Elokeinu v'yal ticheinu Hashem Elokeinu la'netzach v'yal ticheinu Hashem Elokeinu v'yal ticheinu Hashem Elokeinu la'netzach Aleinu Azorunu rachamecho Eloi v'eloi Azavunu chasadecho Hashem Elokeinu Yadeinu Azorunu rachamecho Eloi v'eloi Azavunu chasadecho Hashem Elokeinu v'yal ticheinu Ticheinu Hashem Elokeinu v'yal ticheinu Hashem Elokeinu la'netzach v'yal ticheinu Hashem Elokeinu v'yal ticheinu Hashem Elokeinu la'netzach Adheinu Azorunu rachamecho Eloi v'eloi Azavunu chasadecho Hashem Elokeinu Yadeinu Azorunu rachamecho Eloi v'eloi Azavunu chasadecho Hashem Elokeinu v'yal ticheinu Hashem Elokeinu v'yal ticheinu Hashem Elokeinu la'netzach v'yal ticheinu Hashem Elokeinu v'yal ticheinu Hashem Elokeinu la'netzach Shas Al Paldemoyim Asher Kiyai Tenidai V'yalei V'chol Asher Yaseh Yatzliach Asher Yaseh Yatzliach V'chol Asher Yatzliach Asher Yaseh Yatzliach
Ask Kol HaKula Kodesh to find the seats and enjoy this mitzvah, and there will be more dancing a bit later on. The Sudas mitzvah that we are enjoying tonight is a combination of a Siyam Shas, Simchas Torah, together with Kabbalah Torah of this week's Parsha, a combination of both. And we want to give a Karas HaTov. We want to thank Zelda's catering and staff for generously partnering with Shas for Shidduchim in presenting tonight's Sudas mitzvah. A groising yashikayich for the delicious food and the beautiful presentation, and thank you for the staff. As we're celebrating in Mefreit sich zusammen by this beautiful, beautiful Sudas mitzvah, as we said before, comes to mind the pasuk in this week's parsha, Vayichen Sham Yisrael neged Ahar. Rashi sagt, Keish echad belev echad. Sagt Lezer Simcha Wasserman, bringt up that there's a difference between regular shutfim and shutfim when it comes to Torah, when it comes to learning. What's the word ki ish echad belev echad? What are the two pieces? What's the ish echad and lev echad? Zakra Lezer Simcha, that when partners come together and they join on a business venture, they both have one thing in mind. They wanted the business should be successful. Ki ish echad, they work together as partners, and they have to work together as partners in order for the business to be successful. But ultimately, it's not lev echad. Their hearts are separated. Reuven wants to make the money for himself and his family, and Shimon wants to make the money for him and his family. So when it comes to Shutfas, yes, you have to work ish echad in order to be a successful venture, but it doesn't have to be belev echad. Masha Enkein, when it comes to learning Torah, Torah is ki ish echad belev echad. We work together, we have one goal, and the goal is to be Mekadei Shem Shamayim. The past 24 hours has been a tremendous Kiddush Shem Shamayim. Sitting here and learning together 24 hours, being Messiah Shas, a tremendous, tremendous Kiddush Shem Shamayim. Our message for Shas, for Shidduchim, we're here together. The Torah here, the Machzike Torah, I have to say that it's probably the largest dais that I've ever seen before. A dais with so many Talmidei Chachamim, everybody here. It's beautiful to stand here in front of such a beautiful crowd, such a beautiful olam. But the message is, Ki ish echad belev echad. We are here, we came out to learn. We came to support those that are waiting for Yeshua. Shas for Shidduchim. Those that are waiting for Yeshua, you're not standing alone. We are here together. We are here to support you. We are a community that is here to be mechazik each other. And when it comes to Shidduchim, it comes to Zivugim, as one of the Lamdim told me this morning, it's not only for a boy and girl to build a bayis neman b'Yisrael. Every relationship is a shidduch. Yes, Chas and Kala, to build a bayis neman b'Yisrael. When it comes to Panasa, you're working towards a relationship. Business has to be working together. It comes to Chavrusa, Dafman Chavrusa is also Bashert, also a Zivug. So for everyone that needs a Yeshua, the learning here the past 24 hours should be a chus for you, a chus for your families, whether it's in Zivugim, it's Panasa, it's children, in any area, Hachzakas HaTorah, a relationship between you and Kadosh Baruch Hu. This chus of the learning should be for you, for ourselves, for the Gans Klal Yisrael, in the zechus of Chicago coming together and telling the people that are waiting for Yeshua, we are with you. When we talk about chinuch, we talk about innovative chinuch. When we talk about a love for Yiddishkeit, there is a person that comes to mind, and Chicago is zeicha to have today with us, all the way from New York, the Rosh HaInnovative Mechanchem. Yes, our moistus here are trying to emulate Yeshivas Darchei Torah in New York, and it's a tremendous chus for us to have with us the Rosh HaYeshiva Harav Ben the Shlita, that's known for his love for every Yid, for every Yiddish child. And with great kavod, please give the proper respect, Harav Ben the Shlita.
Thank you for your very, very kind words. First of all, B'shus, Rabbanim, Rosh Yeshiva, Kol HaKodesh Hazeh, most of all B'shus. Reb Yossi, first, Kanahara, what you did over here is an incredible, incredible thing. This man, one-man machine that made this entire scene, it's an incredible thing, really, very, very special. Rabbi Saif, one shidduch comes out of tonight's evening. The Oil Olam is learning Shas, a Pashtazach, Nishke Pashtazach, the whole Olam, ganze community. If one shidduch would come out of it, you would say, one shidduch, what is this? What is one shidduch? Rabbi Aaron Kotler Zechasadik of Racha came to America in 1941. He joined the Kollel in White Plains, then off to Lakewood later on. But he went around collecting money for the Vadat Sol. The Vadat Sol was an organization that was trying to save Yeshivalites and all kinds of people from the inferno burning in Europe. So I met many, many years ago an Alter Yid who told me that he followed Rabbi Aaron around to all the shuls that he made appeals in. He made appeals in many shuls in any community that he went to for Shabbos. People don't know Rabbi Aaron Zechasadik Levrach used to leave Lakewood on Sunday and come back on Thursday. He was fundraising either for his own yeshiva or for Chinuch Atzmai or for all the other Meister's term, whatever he was fundraising for. And he went around fundraising, and this Yid told me the following, that he said over in every single shmuz and every drasha that he gave, he said over the same Rashi in this week's parsha. In this week's parsha, the pasuk says, what might happen is that many people might die. That's what so Rashi says, Kol ma sheyipol mehem, any amount of people that die. I feel who yechidi, even if it's one person, choshev lefanai rav, is considered rav. So Shidduchim explains that Rashi was bothered at the diktuk, the grammar of v'nafal. It should have said v'naflu, yet it says v'nafal, tavas. What Rashi is trying to say, one nafal, one single person that we could save. It means saving a Klal Yisrael. It means saving a mishpacha and deirei deiris. V'nafal imenu rav. Rav means many, because one person nafal chas v'shalom means a rav, means a Klal Yisrael. When you come together to help for Yeshuas, for Shidduchim, what one person could build. I remember my father, Colonel Levracha, was an only child. He was nifted many, many years ago, and we think back our family sometimes together to see what came out of one child. My mother was one child, and had a brother in Eretz Yisrael. And together they built dairies, which you could all look back. One shidduch, Rabbi say, ain't single shidduch. What do? How do you make yourself feel the tsar, the pain? So next week's parasha, the pasuk says, "V'sachas raglav k'maisa livnas asapir." They looked; they weren't supposed to look. Whoever it was, this Gainim, they looked in to see what was going on, and they saw under HaKadosh Baruch Hu's feet a sapphire brick. And Rashi explains, "Lizchar," to remember the shibud of Mitzrayim. They made him work, vein him with bricks. HaKadosh Baruch Hu had a sapphire brick, and Aleph Fergim the Kasha. HaKadosh Baruch Hu needs to have a reminder. HaKadosh Baruch Hu needs to have a reminder. He needs a sapphire brick under his feet to remember the shibud of Klal Yisrael. He needs the reminder. I think the answer is, when you want to do something to help somebody else, it's important to do something l'maisa. HaKadosh Baruch Hu didn't need to show and tell, so to say. He didn't need to have a prop. It's not a prop. You want to remember. When you have something, you remember. And the livnas asafir was something, Ramban says, when you have a service to do something, make a chayfetz out of it. Do something with a chayfetz from them. So Klal Yisrael understood, if HaKadosh Baruch Hu has a livnas asafir, what do we have to do to remember the Tsar? Come Chicago together, is there a greater chayfetz to make than to learn Torah, to learn our Torah Akdosha? Is there a greater chayfetz than sitting together, making a siyum on Shas? Is there a greater livnas asafir? Why am I doing it? It's help in Yanim. Yanim, and Vida Yanim. That's what we're here for tonight. And our G'dei Yisrael told us already many, many times what it means. I want to tell you a story I remember today. That it's a little known story. To see what it means. Sorry, I went to a chasana 3 or 4 years ago, and I remember this story. I came to the chasana. I had 2 weddings in one night. I went first to one chasana that was in the Bronx. Then I came back to Windsor for the second chasana. I arrived at 10:30. I expected to come to that chasana. I expected to come to the beginning of the second dance, so towards the end of the chasana, at 10:30. It's very late. I come in there, the chuppah is just ending. Was geschehen? We had a fight. We had an argument. What was the argument about? You know, different people have different minhagim. Chassidim, Litvische, father, mother, mother, what goes on, etc., etc. There are some chassidim dafka that father, mother also. And stole the chassidim dafka. Whatever it is, but I found that under the chuppah, before he went to the chuppah, the Messiah Kedusha said he's not going to be Messiah Kedusha unless his father. For 2 hours they argued. For 2 hours they spent money on making a chasna. It's not shaykh. Why am I telling you the story? To see what it means, the siyas oil, zeh luma zeh. I don't want to dwell on the negative. I met a Yid in Eretz Yisrael. He told me he was by the chasna of Reb Nachum. Reb Nachum was the Edom of Reb Chaim Shmulevitz. The chasna was around 1950 when the Shanchai Oilam came out. Imagine Reb Nachum did a Welt Shidduch. He's married to Rosh Shiva's daughter. Reb Nachum was a gadol himself, but then he was a younger man, a bacher, coming out of Shanghai, coming out of the inferno in Europe, when his whole family was destroyed. Shortly before the chuppah, there's a Yid that was there at the wedding. Herta Maisa, what means the siyas oil? To do something, to feel. Everybody's sitting here, Rabbi say, you're feeling what it means, one bishpacha, Rabbi say. The tsar the parents have, they're waiting for a child to get married. Their mind is consumed just with this prat. And you're making it just a little bit easier. You're showing people that you care. So Reb Chaim goes over to his daughter. He says in Hebrew, I'll say it over in English. He says, Ani va'ima, we're not walking you down. We're not walking you down to the chuppah. Now please understand, Reb Chaim Shmulevitz lost his entire mishpacha also. He ended up with the Chesed of Shanghai. He was Rosh Shiva of the Mir in Shanghai and then came to Eretz Yisrael. We're not walking down to the chuppah. And his daughter was a little shaken up. Lama. He says, you know, because we're going to be walking down your Chas Nachum. And Shulik, you can say without the Reb. He's going to be standing under the chuppah waiting for you to come down. He has no parents. His whole family was killed out. What's he going to think when your Ima and I are walking you down? I'm going to ask a cousin, Reb Moshe Finkel, Beli Baruch's father, and his Rebbetzin walked down the Kala. He heard the Maisa. He wanted to feel Reb Chaim Shmulevitz was the king of hearts, of feeling. I can't let him feel bad. We have to do something. Chicago came along and did something that no one has done. The ganze Stadt is screaming out and shouting out, we're going to help. We're going to finish ganz Shas, the chvoid, the Yeshuas for these people. This Pashut Rabbi say. This is the schus that you have. The schus that you all have, Baruch Hashem, in this amazing state. You got to do something to feel pain. I want to tell you a story. About 6 or 7 years ago, there was a big tsar in our community. There was a big tsar in our community, and I give Shemusin on Friday. You could really affect even 4th and 5th and 6th and 7th graders. I speak for the Beis Medrash and Mesifta, but I also speak for the younger kids. I told them, I don't go into what the tzara was. I says, Chavra, why don't you all do something? Do something. To feel the pain of others, do something. So the mashal I used to them was, today, I don't remember being snacks to Yeshiva when I was a kid. They bring today 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 snacks. They eat them on the bus before they even come into Yeshiva. But they eat them, but they have all the snacks. I said, maybe you tell your parents, they give you 3 snacks. This mishpacha that's going through a hard time. I said, this is the 4th and 5th grade group. This is the story of the 4th and 5th grader. I said, maybe tell your mother, instead of 3 snacks, Ma, give me 2 snacks. Because I want to feel the tsar. They heard me. 6 months later, a child came over to me. The child is now in the Sifta Baruch Hashem in 10th grade. Came over to me and he said, Rebbe, do you think by now I can start eating candy again? I didn't know what he's talking about. It means the Torah, a kind, a Yiddish kind. Well, he said we should do something. I decided, I'm not going to eat candy for a while. This is a child that was 10 years old, didn't eat candy, didn't touch candy for 6 months. I want to feel the tsar, live in that Hasapir, to see him as Shas. I want to do something. My kids are all married, Baruch Hashem, but I want to do something for Yanim. I told the kid, I did 6 months, it's fine, go out to have a party, whatever you want to eat, gesundheit. But I want to tell you something. I heard a shiva at this Rabbi Carmel, the Tzaddik L'Bracha, was a Magachir in Novominsk, how people knew him. So when he was nifter, suddenly, about five years ago, one time in Achamavel, one of the brothers told me, Mishur Dikamaisa, about the nifter. He told me, Mishur Dikamaisa, he told me over. He says that their father was an Altamir, Baba Carmel. Altamir and his Rebbitzin. So the mother got sick as she got older, and she enjoyed immensely sitting down in the morning to a coffee and a Danish. And as she got older, she became sicker. Whatever she was sick with, she couldn't have the coffee in Danish. She couldn't have the Danish anymore. So they told me over, the brothers told me over, I don't remember, was it 3.5 years or 4.5 years? I like 4.5 years better. For 4.5 years, until his mother was nifteris, he didn't take, when he heard his mother say, I feel bad, I can't have the Danish even. Mother was the Haibin mentioned the mother. She was a gar chosh of a lady. I feel bad, I can't have this Danish. He didn't touch a piece of cake for 4.5 years. By a kiddush in the morning, it didn't matter. If my mother can't enjoy the cake, I'm not going to enjoy the piece of cake. When his mother was of terrace, he had his first piece of cake in 4.5 years. When a community comes together, realize what you're doing. Realize what you're doing. You cut out your candy, you cut out your cake. You said, I'm going to learn Torah. There's nothing bigger in the world than that. Lishma. Torah Lishma, but it's to be a schus for Yanim. Is there a bigger schus than using our Torah? We're only because of the Torah, that's what we are. This is what we are. It's all Torah, Rabbi say. It's all about Yanim. My mother once told me a story. I won't leave you to Bachshava. My mother once told me a story. My mother knew Reb Chaim Eisel. I say the word well. Reb Chaim Eisel, my mother lived in a city called Atvatsk. Atvatsk was a suburb of Varsha, and it was up high in a mountain, and people who needed good air would come to Reb Chaim Eisel, stay in the house once in a while. Tell me, we should have taken Reb Chaim Eisel. Reb Chaim Eisel, if those of you are familiar, had only one daughter. She was 16, she became sick, Le'aleinu, Yanamachla, and she mutched for a couple of years. And she was Niftaris, only child. Reb Chaim Eisel, Rabban shall call Yisrael, Reish shall call B'nai Agayla, the freiliche mensch, that's a frieden mensch. My mother knew him afterwards. He was still freilich, not Shas Maisa, of course. The day that she was Niftaris, Herta Maisa, I'm giving you, I decided to pick out 4 Yuyim dike Sachen, if you feel what it means. How G'dayle Yisrael looked what it means. The Livnas HaSapir. G'dayle Yisrael means V'nafal Mimenu Rav, but it means one person. So Reb Chaim Eisel was sitting with his daughter the day she was Niftaris, and the doctor came in to examine her. So as he did, he walked out of the room. My mother told me, he went out of the room, and the doctor examined her, and he came out, and he told Reb Chaim Eisel, I'm sorry to tell you, we're talking about hours. Hours, all we're talking about hours. So Reb Chaim Eisel asked the doctor, does she know if I'm sitting there, does she know that I'm sitting there? She says, no, she knows absolutely nothing right now. She's a gesesses, you can't, she won't know that you're sitting there. He left her bed. It's almost impossible to understand a one and only child. Still today, I heard it from my mother a few times, hard to comprehend. He left her bedside and walked into his study, where Sham Yatzah Hero at the Klal Yisrael, hundreds and thousands of tshuvas from the whole world here. My mother once told me that she saw him with 3 male secretaries. He said to the first one, take out his Shiloh, wasn't a Zik, and take out a Gemara Baba Kama, and start writing this Gemara. And the next one he said, take out a Gemara Chul, and start writing this Gemara. The next one he said, take out a Gemara Kiddushin, a Shiloh, and Kiddushin. And the next one, he went back and forth to answer 3 Shiduchim, and he signed all 3. And he sat down by his desk, by his table, I don't know what he had over there, and he started writing feverishly. One tshuva after another, one tshuva after another. They said, Rabbi, you have one daughter. She's holding her being of terrace. How could you leave? How could you walk away from her? You don't understand. The doctor told him he's becoming an Einon. He won't be able to learn Torah for 7 days. Aninus and Avelus. People are waiting for answers. She doesn't know. She doesn't know. The doctor said she doesn't know that I'm there. So how can I let these people wait another week? When I was hoping, I was busy with her. No, I got to take care of his daughter, but now there's not Nagah anymore. He wrote for 3 to 4 hours straight. They told him, Rebbe, it's over, and he stopped writing. What it means, caring for other people. Kuloi, Reb Chaim Eisel is given. Kuloi, yanim. Kuloi. Rabbi say, there's a mini Reb Chaim Eisel sitting at every single table, all the people there. Because you're giving away your time, and you're not giving away anything, because you're sitting and learning Torah, so that others could be helped. But it means a shidduch. To a ladle, you know what? It's more than that. Not even the shidduch. It's all those people in town who feel that they feel there's an CS oil. It lightens the load, Rabbi say. The fact that Yena cares, it makes you feel a little bit better. Not only tzarts rab mechatzin chama. It's more than that. It's the people are feeling the pain of other people. What a wonderful thing you're all doing over here. That's Klal Yisrael, Rabbi say. This is Klal Yisrael. You know, there's a pasuk. Last week's parsha B'Shalach, beginning of the parsha, it says over there, which I get the words exactly right, that Paroi says, L'bnei Yisrael. Oh, the Aleph in the Kasha was meintos. Vama Paroi L'bnei Yisrael. So the Pashto Pshat is, Rashi says, Paroi, Vama Paroi L'bnei Yisrael. Li means al. Rashi says that Li means al. Targum Yenisim in his yield says it doesn't mean al. He said it to two people. Who do you say it to? To Dasan Vaviram. Dasan Vaviram? What are they doing there, first of all? Look at Targum Yenisim in his yield. Merul Diskin has a shtickle tire on it. I'm not going into that right now. But Dasan Vaviram doesn't even have a plan, it seems. The plan was they're going to get everybody to come back and they'll take over. They'll be in charge. They'll be the Dasan Vaviram. Do we have two worse people in Chumash Shmais between them and Dasan Vaviram? And they're still there. Fragt the kasha, fragt the Shulim, they all ask the kasha, why do they live? They all died, Makat Chayshach, 4/5 of Klal Yisrael died, why doesn't Vaviram live? As long as they're the Teretz, because they were part of the Shaitrei B'nai Yisrael. They absorbed the blows for Klal Yisrael. They absorbed the blows for other people, they were allowed to live. What were they doing in Mitzrayim still? Mishigayim, whatever they were. But they absorbed the blows. They became this, they couldn't become this Canaan, they couldn't become later, they couldn't become Sanhedrin, that they couldn't become. But they absorbed the blows, they weren't going to die. The Olam here, this is not Dasan Aviram, this is talking about the holiest part of Chicago is here. People are giving their time to sit and learn Torah. That's absorbing the blows. You're helping to absorb the blow. You're absorb the blow. People get this every day. I once spoke to someone who had a daughter that was older. He says, you know that my mind, I'm completely consumed day and night by one Indian, the shidduch of my daughter. I wake up with it, with a sour taste in my mouth. I go to sleep at night worrying about it. It's all day long. And we are the Church of Bnei Yisrael that are absorbing a little bit of that pain. By saying, I feel for you, Reb Chaim, I feel for you, Reb Chaim. I'm learning L'Shema, that your daughter should have a Yeshua. You're not saying this directly, of course you don't want to hurt people, but you're saying this to all the Reb Chaims of the whole Chicago, and to all the Rebbes and Malkis of Chicago. You're saying to them, we're absorbing your tsar, we're absorbing your pain. And I want to say just one more thing, and I'm apologizing, I have to leave right away to the airport, so the speaker is after me, but I have to leave, but I want to leave, I said 20, 25 minutes, I'm keeping my word. I want to tell you a American thing, I'm saying the name because he's not makbid. Avi did nefesh, his name is Reb Kalman Epstein, the Rashiv of Sha'ar Torah. Reb Zelik's son, Chashavid, we grew up together in Williamsburg, we were best friends. I was a Yankee fan, he was a Dodger fan, but we were good friends. We grew up together as children. The kids, the same building, we lived, my father, my parents, right on top of the apartments, are very, very close friends. Till today, Baruch Hashem, we don't see each other that often anymore. So he once told me, a Meredith story he told me over. He says, what pshat? Vayichan Sham Yisrael neged ahar. The pasuk that the chairman mentioned before. Vayichan Sham Yisrael. Everybody knows it's a song. Kish echad b'leiv echad. Vayichan Sham Yisrael neged ahar. Alaveis in the Rashi. Kish echad b'leiv echad. Dr. Kalman, this is the only time in Klal Yisrael Vayichan that b'leiv echad. Kish echad b'leiv echad. When they jumped into the Yamsuf, and actually another jumped in, they weren't together. Kish echad b'leiv echad. Only over here, when they were sitting by the mountain. When they came, they sat down there. Only then? Didn't happen before? When they were going through the Tsaris and the Shiva of Mitzrayim, didn't happen before? So Kalman told me over, told over a few people, personal story. When his first Rebbitzin was very, very sick in the hospital, and this is my feeling, I look around at the audience here, Kanhara. So when his wife was very, very sick, he spent, which is the right way, he spent the entire Yom Tovim with her when he had to be there. I think the best Yom Kippurs that I had in my life were the 5 out of the last 10 Yom Kippurs of my mother that I spent with her in the hospital or at home. And I davened together with her. Can you do better than that Yom Kippur? So Kalman told me he stayed the whole Yom Kippur with his wife. The last year she was in Nefteris. She fell into a deep sleep, mincha time. And he saw that she's going to sleep. So he left her bed. They were at Mount Sinai Hospital. And there's a chapel there. So he went into the chapel. There were about 30-something people davening there. And he went into davening. It just came just about when they were up to Ne'ilah. There was a little Hasidish Yidla, a short little fellow who says to the people in the room in the chapel, he says to them, do you mind if I say a few words before Ne'ilah? The Welt, the Rav, the Rosh Yeshiva, the Rebbe, Azak Divrei Yisayirus, right before he tells it to Ne'ilah. Do you mind if I speak for a few minutes? They all said, Gesundheit. Gesundheit. Arun Nebuch, says, of broken people, he says, everybody was there for a father, a mother, a brother, a son, or a wife. Who was there? Who was in the hospital over Yom Kippur? There's 2 people there that were happy that had babies that day. Everybody else, he says, is broken. And the Yiddish gets up and he says, you know, we're all best friends here, he says. I know everybody here. We're all here for a few months already, many of us. We got to know each other. Every part of Klal Yisrael is here. The Kippas Ruga and the Chassid and the Litvisha. We're all here, and we're best friends. And it's wonderful. And we know each other. And then he said, you know, they're all going to leave here. He says, we're all going to leave here. For the better or for the worse, and we're going to not see each other anymore. And you know what? This is what he said before, nearly in the hospital. We're going to leave here. For the better or for the worse. And we're going to go back to being our silly, petty selves. I'm good. Ich bin das. A fight. Yada, Litvish, the Ashkaz. We're going to make up at each other. He says, what's wrong with us? Because now we're in the hospital, so we have it sorry, so we're busy with each other. We're busy with each other. And later on we're going to leave, so we're going to forget about each other. We're not going to care about an Achdus in Klal Yisrael. We're not going to care about it. We're not going to care about being together. What's wrong with us? And he came down. And he left a murder Geroshim on the people there. All Tzebrach on the people. So Kalman told me a murder thing, he said to me. It's easy when you're in the trenches. When you're jumping into the Yamsuf, it's very easy. When you're in Mitzrayim, they're beating you up, it's very easy. You have it tzara together, so you hang on to each other. It's Zayalach to do that. They were calm. Waiting for Mount Torah, they were relaxed. And there was Yichan Yisham Yisrael. That's a madrega of Klal Yisrael. That's a madrega of Klal Yisrael. Even when there's no reason to have to hang on to each other. So the Yiddish said, let's stay this way. There's such an achdus here tonight. You look around at the population here, it's so wonderful. And the good is to stay like that, that'll bring Mashiach, and all the Shidduchim will come. This community is doing something extraordinary with achdus, with Torah. All the combinations, Torah and achdus and helping other people. What a bracha is going on here tonight. Maybe we should bench taka. All of the girls, wherever you can, by the way, just think of Shidduchim. You got to think of Shidduchim. Shidduchim come from the funniest and strangest ways. You got to think of Shidduchim. The kunz is, Rabbi say, when you hear about a bracha somewhere, write it down immediately. Write it down right away. Maybe find out who he is and write a Shidduch. The strangest things happen in Shidduchim. If everybody here walks out here with the Siyam Shas, say, I want to help somebody, take a pen and paper, keep a pen and paper in your pocket, you hear somebody, a girl, a boy, whatever, I'm going to try to think of an idea of something. You'll be surprised how much Shidduchim come out of this gewaltige Heilige gathering. Maybe she should bench all you, particularly Rabbi Yossi first, the ganze Kehila Akdaisha for doing what you're doing, Shemat Tzliach, and seeing many simchas in Chicago, with Torah L'Shva, continue finishing Shas many times with Hashem, and we'll bring Mashiach to Kingdom here, B'meinu, Amen, V'Amen. Kol Tov, Gute Nacht.
Ja, Chicago Chesed Fund, Darche Torah for the warme Werte, the warme Yitzim and Alev, and for the gewaltige chizik of the mission of Shas v'Shidduchim to be noise ba'ol chaveroi. Yashikoyach. One more Yashikoyach. The Rosh Hashiva saved me because I was warned very firmly that I may not thank Rabbi Yossi and his staff for all that they do for the community, not only for Shas v'Shidduchim b'chlal, for all the avodas hakodesh that happens out of that organization. I was warned not to thank him. So Yashikoyach Rosh Hashiva for doing the thank you. Rabbi Yossi, I did not thank you. This chus of being nice about Chavero, you don't need to hear more, but just some numbers. Over 1,200 names were submitted for Shidduchim in this chus of Shas v'Shidduchim this year. Last year, Shas v'Shidduchim, the first year that was done here, a record number of Shidduchim happened this past year. And for many families, multiple Shidduchim. Thank you for those that were noise ba'ol Chavero last year. Not only Shidduchim, as we said, Chas and Kala, of 120 jobs were created this past year also because people were noise ba'ol Chavero and helped out others by davening and learning for them. Yashikoyach, and not thanking Rabbi Yossi. Chicago is zeicher to have a Mar de Asra Poisek Hadar that cares about every individual and will do whatever it takes to help Yidden in need. we're gebenched to have a choshev dayan. There are many times that I'll get a phone call from the Rav Shlita, Rabbi Tenenbaum, are there any Talmidim in the yeshiva that need clothing? Are there any Talmidim in the yeshiva that need coats? Are there any of the Rabbeim that their needs are not being met? Rabbi Tenenbaum, do you know anyone that needs help in other areas? Please let me know, and we'll do it shtillahait. We are gebenched to have an individual here as our Rav. There is Moise Nefesh, L'man Yiddishkeit, not only for Chicago, but all over the world. Living out of town, a Rav needs a Shaila, they know who to call, our Rav. A tremendous chus and a covet for me to call up Sarah Torah v'Sarah Chesed Dayan First Shlita.
I want to thank all the participants in this Maimed of Kavod Torah. The last 24 hours in this room, we were zeicha to finish Shas. Ashreichem. Who believe that Chicago can do such a big Maimed? Goes to show what level of Dag of Yuchnius that Chicago is holding at. Gemara Brachas brings down an interesting Maisa. I'll quote the Gemara. Gemara says, Pamachas, Gozes Malchus Arisha shall ask about Torah. The Malchus is Geyser that Yidden shall learn Torah. Bo Papas ben Yehuda, Amotzer Kiva Shoyim Makol Kehilas Barabim. Papas, you saw that the Tanya of Kiva was Makol gathering together people to sit and learn Torah, V'Isik B'Torah. Amalei, Akiva, Iata, Misyorim, Nea Malchus. Aren't you afraid of the Malchus? They'll kill you. You're gathering Mabitz Torah Barabim. And there are guys exerting not to do this. Amalei, Emshecha Mashal, Lama Davadaima. I'll give you a mashal. What it's compared to? The Shul Shay Mahalach al Gavanor. A fox was going al Gavanor by the surf of the Yam. The raw dogim Shayim Skapsin Mokom. He saw the fish running from one place to another place. Amalem Ineatem Barchem. What are you running from? Amalai. So the fish answered back to him, to the fox. People put out their nets. They're trying to catch us, so we're running away not to be caught. Why don't you come onto the shore? Go out of the water and come to live together with me. They say you're the smartest of all the animals, of the chayas, of the wild animals. You're not smart at all. El tipish ato, you're a tipish. El ma b'mokim, chiyuseinon misyor mimokim, mimom misosai, Allah. El ma b'mokim chiyuseinon misyorim. We're afraid of a place where we can live in the water. We're afraid of being caught. B'mokim misoino, alachas kama v'kama. If we come out to the Yabasha, we'll all die. Today we're Isaac and Torah. Shekasa v'yichayecha v'yichimecha. Kach imon mahalchem v'mvatlem imena achas kama kama. Torah is our life. And if we go away from life, we'll all die. Alachas kama kama. Without Torah, what's Klal Yisrael without Torah? So I once saw a gift as a starke kasha. What does the Gemara have to give a mashal? A kibbutz gives a mashal of a shul of fox telling a fish to get out of the water. Why didn't you just answer Pashut? We can't live without Torah, we can't live. So a gifter once said, Amar de Kavot, he said, when you look and you take a fish out of the water, this is where we're supposed to look at the world. When you take a fish out of the water, it doesn't die right away. What it does, it dances, it dances, it jumps around. Someone doesn't understand that. Thinks that the fish is now happy. It's dancing all around. He couldn't dance in the water. He has now a simchas achayim. And now he's only starting to live like a regular person. But someone understands fish, knows it's jumping around now out of the water. There's a simik sisa. It's jumping because he's dying. He doesn't have any, he's not in the water anymore. So the gifter says that's the ruchnis of a person. A person is parish from Torah. He just wants to enjoy Yolam Hazeh. And he runs after all Tanug Yolam Hazeh. That's King Sisa of this fish. Because a Yid can't live without Torah. We know the Ikir is learning Torah and doing mitzvahs. Because they're working for the next world. And this is why Reb Kiva gave such a mashal to understand that a Yid without Torah it's not a Yid, there's no future for him. Olam Hazeh, enjoying all the worldly things. That's not the tachas of every Yid. Tachas Yid is to learn Torah and do mitzvahs. A chaim amita of a Yid. Them is a chaim of a Yid. It's chaim shel Torah. In last week's Pasha, we all read the Pasha Shira about the nets of Kriyas Yamsuf. Of a different Shir the Torah talks about. Vatzim Kisulchem, Sashir Azoy, Salamdas Bnei Yisrael, Sima B'fiyem. Moshe Rabbeinu is Mitzvah, Shavai the Shira. Baruch is Mitzvah, to write the Shira, Salamdas Bnei Yisrael, Sima B'fiyem. Why is the Torah Kedosha called Shira? There are many terutzim. I once saw a murder gavot from Rabbi Yashiv. He explained it with a mashal. Imagine if a big professor comes into town, into Chicago, and he wants to talk about the Yoni Refuah, about medicine, advancement of medicine. Who comes to us? Doctors, nurses, people on the field of medicine. But no one else will show up. They're not interested in that. If someone comes into town and wants to talk about philosophy, so who comes? Anyone who's a mumcha in philosophy, who's studying philosophy. But only they come, no one else come. Someone talks about business. So this type of, whatever business it is, people on that field will come to the drasha. However, when it comes to music, there are different levels of understanding music. If you don't understand, you're not the biggest maven in music, but you enjoy the music. Each one of the madregasai. Says Rabbi Yashiv, the same thing as Torah. The Torah is a tachlis. Each one has to be magish, a time of his madregasai. There are people are going them, they understand Torah on a higher level. Team Milcham understand on their level. Pasha the Eden understand on their level. What's a shira for kolach of the echad? Each one of them madregasai. But Hashem, we have a big item coming and learning the Shas. It's a murdik thing for our community. We have to thank all the Nashim Sikanyas for letting their husbands be part of this important Maimed. And for all year that they let their husbands learn and be kaveitim l'Torah. Ashreichem. that you have zeicha, that your husband is able to go sit and learn. Encouraging them, continue to sit and learn. There's nothing as big as that. Baruch Hashem, you have the wisdom. Nashim Sekanyes, you have the wisdom to understand this. B'schus you should see only nachas from your families. As you notice in this room, there's no head table, because all your guests of honor, l'chvei de shotera. We all know that the Siyum Shas to help many people find their shidduch. We're girls or boys, doesn't make a difference. Like everything else in life, we have to do our shtadlis, our shatchonim. Work very hard, and they're all doing wonderful work. This year, with the help of the Rebbeinu Shalom, we had the best year ever in the amount of Shidduchim we did. And overall, many girls went out more than in all previous years. But we have to realize we can't semach ha-shidduchim only for shatchanim. Every person should get involved to help a shidduch. It's a job that every yid has to, like Rabbi Bender mentioned, it's a job that everyone has to be involved in it. You know of a boy, you know of a girl. Talk shidduchim. We all have a big job ahead of us in our community. The Bli Ayin Hara, many single girls and boys have not found a shidduch yet. It's a job that everyone has a chrayis to help. May Hashem help. They all be zeicha to many more shidduchim bekarv. Should be zeicha to bring simcha to many of our couples. We have the future of Klal Yisrael, which is the future of Klal Yisrael. May the Hashem help that this moment should be mazik us the whole year. We should strengthen our limud Torah and shmiras hamitzvos. Should all be zeicha bekarv bias Mashiach tzedkeinu bekarv.
The Rav Moradas Shlita, the Rav not only does projects like Shas for Shidduchim, but the Rav is hired 7 shatchonim to work, to do a shtadlis, to help out the singles in our community. Yashikayach, Rav, for everything that the Rav does for our community, may HaKadosh Baruch Hu give the Rav koiches to be able to continue avodas HaKodesh, to be mechazik Klal Yisrael, to be mechazik the city, we should have the koiches to take the hashpos that the Rav offers to this community. Yashikayach to the Rav. I was recently by Sheva Brachas, and the Baal Simcha spoke, and the Baal Simcha said he wants to give a Yashikayach to our Rav because he believes that one of the segulas that he did was he was masker his daughter's name to the Rav, and the schus of the Rav doing so much for the community, he credits the Rav for the shidduch of his daughter. We have a Rav in our community that, as we said before, does so much. I know the Rav is not going to like me, but it might be kedai if anyone needs Yeshua to go ask the Rav for a bracha. I am sure that the Rav's brachas are mekuyim and the schus of everything that the Rav does for our community. The Kaddish today was the Ilin Nishmas Reb Chaim Yochanan ben Reb Avroim Yitzchak Zecher Tzadik Levracha bankers and the Shams L'Hoben Aliyah. We want to thank the Mishpacha for all the Achzakis HaTorah and Limud HaTorah. The Ilin Nishmasai. We will be benching now, and after benching there will be Rikudin Shal Mitzvah. Please stay and join us for the beautiful dancing. Yashikayach.